Hi guys, Trolls on Reactions, and this video I'm going to react to episode 3 of season 2 of Babylon 5. But first I want to thank you all for correcting me. Last episode I was being quite unfair against Londo because I misinterpreted the scene. I didn't catch that he was actually, I guess, sort of being sarcastic towards Morden. More sort of like joking about him, like, oh, why don't you just, destroy all the non-worlds? And then Morden was like, yeah, it would all come into time or something like that. Like, I'm paraphrasing. Londo was actually, he looked quite horrified, or like, not, I guess, being surprised or being shocked that Morden is just like actually, like, it's an actual option. And at the same time, I definitely agree that I kind of underestimating how scared Londo would be, or at least how worried he can be about, hey, if I piss off these guys, I mean, I know what they can do, or at least a huge part of what they can do. What if they're gonna do that same shit to me and my worlds? Yeah, so I wanted to address that first, and again, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I know that I can mess up, and I'm probably gonna mess up even more. Maybe even this episode. But I do appreciate you guys, correcting me. But yeah, let's get into it. Oh wow. I thought I fucked up already. I was like, wait, did I already mess up with a file or something?
Does it hurt when I do that?
No, it's fine. I don't feel a thing. Ow! Hey!
That's what you
I
get
don't
for
like it when
lying.
my patients lie to me.
What you are asking could be considered treason. Or the first step in restoring our people to their rightful place in the galaxy, depending on who writes the history books. I think it will be us. What do you think?
Not just you guys, but the shadows as well.
I think that we have a great deal of work ahead of us.
You didn't seem that interested in about the same deal last season. I thought something would go wrong, but not on this scale.
Security station house. Give it to the Drowsy fucking bazaar.
I keep forgetting we have a new guy. The geometry of shadows? Oh, why is the word shadows included?
Great maker. What? A technomage. Looks like a
A
human.
techno
What's a
mage?
We used to have them back home long
Very
ago.
good at dancing
They
in the
use
club?
science to achieve the effect of magic. I haven't seen one in years. They almost never travel. They don't like to leave their places of power.
Once every 5 years, all the Drazi here and at home divide up into 2 camps and fight it out.
But it's not a fight to the death.
No, just until the loser gives up or is knocked
Like,
senseless.
did they do that in a ring or
Whichever side
something?
wins the most victories becomes a dominant group for the next 5 years. When it starts all over again.
I told him to leave the pulp in. That's the best part. Don't you think, Commander? I pushed through the
Wow.
paperwork the day after I got here. I think you more than earned it.
I don't know what to say.
Well, thank you would be a good place to start.
Thank you.
Well,
Now, your first job would be to
congrats.
find a peaceful solution to the Drazi problem.
The currents that we think are the one that's going to make us stronger, they're the ones that are going to destroy us. And the ones that we think are going to destroy us, they're the ones that are going to make us stronger. Now, the other current,
But it very much applies to your situation.
Somewhat. Before our first emperor took the throne of the Centauri Republic, he consulted 3 technomages who gave him their blessing. Now that is an image that is very powerful for those of us who still believe in the old ways. If they want me to help restore the Republic, it wouldn't hurt for our people to associate me with the emperor.
I need someone I can trust running security. I'd like it to be you. Now, if you decide you'd rather be someplace else, I'll understand. I'll hold your job open as long as I can. Don't take too long, okay?
We put green and purple in Great Barrel, equal to numbers of Drazi. Then we reach in, we take. Where there was one Drazi people, now there are two. The two fight until there are one.
That's it? I mean, it's totally
I can't
random,
without the
arbitrary?
look. They're like, what?
Okay, so what you're trying to tell me is that if I take this purple sash
What?
and put it onto him, that this one thing alone...
What are you
is enough?
doing? What are you doing? Oh god! In front of a... How do you think it would be a good idea? Oh. Why does it sound like a hell beast? What the fuck? What the fuck is... Okay, that's a manifestation, right? That's not like really there, right?
My name is...
Program.
Oh, jeez.
You don't frighten easily.
I work for Ambassador Malari. After a while, nothing bothers me. Excuse me. Could I at least get a name?
Elric, there is an old saying. Do not try the patience of wizards, for they are subtle and quick to anger. Do not come again, dear Kodo.
They needed a saying? Isn't it common sense to not mess with people like that?
I started this, and by God, I'm gonna finish it. Getting them together to resolve their differences didn't work, because they don't have any differences to resolve. So maybe I've got to come at this from another angle. Maybe find a non-violent way to structure the conflicts so that nobody gets hurt.
Good. So, keep me informed and take care of that foot.
Well, don't you want to be there?
I have absolute trust in your abilities, Commander.
Well, that's a hell of a thing to tell someone.
Everybody misses you. Look, just, you know, it ain't been the same without you.
Soon. Real soon now.
Welch,
We've got another Drazi fight in round 3. Code blue.
I'm on my way. I
Damn.
gotta go. Catch you later.
Looks like Ivanova needs to fight yet again another angle.
The green's up the ante. They've started killing purples, not just hurting them.
What?
Have the local Drazi heard about this yet?
I don't know.
I need a full tactical squad. I need it now.
On the way.
Oh.
I just would like some questions answered, that's all.
Sorry to be late, gentlemen. I was unavoidably detained. Matters of state. You understand.
What is that? Is that a camera?
This creature has been seeking an audience with me ever since I arrived.
Is this true?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely yes.
My name is Vir Karto.
Oh.
I offer the hands of friendship.
Oh.
I
Oh.
assume you will not take advantage of this gesture or misrepresent it as some sort of endorsement.
Of course not.
Oh. Oh.
Risky business, condemning my recording device while using one of your own.
I think you should leave, Ambassador, before I decide to report your attempt to bug my office and send you back home on the slowest transport I can find.
Of course. My
I
apologies.
think the slowest part is the worst part. Oh, Londo, you really messed that up, huh? Won't learn anything from it, though.
Well, when I was 12, I used to sit in my dad's garden, the air full of the smell of orange blossoms, watching the sky, dreaming of faraway places. Back then, I think I believed in just about everything. But now, I don't know. I do think there are some things we don't understand.
There is a storm coming, a black and terrible storm. We would not have our knowledge lost or used to ill purpose. From this place, we will launch ourselves into the stars. I can only ask you to trust us.
Orange blossom.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to find out where they're
I
going.
want to see the leader of the Greens.
Especially not
We
the
just have to get
shadows,
Drazi
no.
killed.
You tell Purple Drazi to gather in Brown 29, not used by others, will not be disturbed. Talk peace talk. Find solution. If you tell, they will.
Yeah, then you can just easily take them all out.
Then open hatch to space, flush oxygen, vacuum. Purple Drazi cannot breathe. All Purple Drazi die. Station is quiet again. No more fighting. Green Drazi win. You win. Everybody win.
I don't believe this. You're talking
no
about
one
the
wins.
cold-blooded slaughter of almost 2,000 Drazi.
Commander Ivanova, we gotta clear out Brown 29 for some big Drazi meeting.
Commander, good for her. Good to see things are working out for someone around here.
Not really at the moment.
Wait. Lou, you say you got an uplink, not a personal message?
Yeah, but we checked the ID and the data flow. Came from her link.
Yeah, I know, no, but did you talk to her?
No, the message said she was gonna be offline for a while. Look, I gotta go.
So
Hey,
it's
what's the last time
shady.
you talked to her? Yeah, matter of fact, if there's anybody in here who needs a little help, just say the word and I'm here.
You're lucky you didn't step your own eye.
Look, a Hala demon that has possessed my
Oh,
data
God.
system, consuming records, personal files.
Oh, demon.
I now own 200,000 shares in a spoon ranch. And that sound,
And I thought a Trojan horse was bad.
Non-opera. Ugh. Our friend the Technomage has an especially perverse sense of humor.
Our flags at least mean something. It's not as arbitrary as yanking a color out of a box. I mean, you're fighting and dying over a stupid piece of cloth. Look, there's nothing special about it. It's not patriotic. It's got nothing but this stupid little star in the middle of it. What? What's wrong?
Aren't
takes
you?
green is green
Yeah.
follows green leader. Who takes cloth for green leader is green leader. Greens follow green leader.
Wait a minute. Green leader says, you're all coming with us down to the quartermaster's office. I'm sure there'll be some dye hanging around. Those of you not spending the next 2 months in the brig for assaulting an Earth Alliance officer are going to look absolutely gorgeous in purple.
Just go.
Goodbye.
Oh. Oh. What's up with that? Oh. What's up with that? What's up with the?
Really great to see you back in uniform, Chief.
Hey.
Welcome back.
I mean, this is good.
Tell the truth, Gary.
As I look at you, Ambassador Mallory, I see a great hand reaching out of the stars. The hand is your hand. And I hear sounds, the sounds of billions of people calling your name.
My followers?
Your victims.
Remember that, Londo. Victims.
Part of me says we'll not see their like again. And the part of me that still believes in magic says don't be so sure.
Alright, this was episode 3 of season 2 of Babylon 5, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a very good episode. I might even say it's like one of my favorites, which maybe would be weird. I don't know, because I mean, there have been episodes that have given us a whole, whole much more like insight into the future, or given us a lot of like answers to big questions I've been dealing with for a while. And those episodes are clearly also my favorite, but I just really thought this was very enjoyable, and every storyline worked for me, and I feel like there were also a lot of laughs, which I can definitely use. So yeah, very good episode. So like I said, I enjoyed every storyline. It's kind of hard to say which one was my favorite, but can I even pick a favorite? I don't know. I like them all. But also, let me just start to say that I'm very relieved that we didn't have to see Mordin again. When I saw the title and the word Shadows was in it, I was like, please, no Mordin. None of that sliminess. I'm begging you. And I didn't get to see him, so that's good. Thanks. But at the same time, we still, I guess the shadows were still somewhat lurking. Because even though we didn't directly see them, obviously we know that, well, everything has been set in motion. I haven't forgotten about the whole, and so it begins. And now there was this very huge step, because it seems that Londo has, having quite a following behind him, because of the destruction of the Narn outposts, and because of that, they actually consider him, like, hey, maybe you should be the new emperor. They're actually talking about, well, committing treason. And we all know that the Shadows would very much love that, if Londo would in fact have that position of power. So yeah, I'm not too excited about that, even without, even if I would have gotten that, I guess, another warning of Elric, the techno mage, who told Londo, like, not even gonna warn you because you're not gonna listen, but he did share him a little bit, of, like, his future, and it consists of, like, thousands of people saying Londo's name, and Londo was like, oh, what, like, followers? And he was like, yeah, no, victims. Which is not a surprise, but I'm still terrified. Plus, from what I've seen so far of the show, it does feel like a very, I guess, like, legitimate option or future. It doesn't just feel like this whole ordeal that we're going through with Londo right now is just gonna end up into, like, nothing. Like, oh, we're just being scary right now, we're just, like, making you nervous, but at the end of the day, it's all gonna be resolved, it's not gonna happen, and Londo's gonna have, he's gonna realize in time that he has to get some help, and that's the statement, and go with another, like, course. But yeah, no, with what I've seen, I wouldn't be surprised if we would end up seeing this vision. And even if it wouldn't end up like that, it wouldn't even bother me, because at least it feels like something that could really happen. But yeah, I was definitely a little bit surprised with the whole, let's make Londo the Emperor. But I was even more surprised with Fur, who was in fact not scared when he was, dealing with this hell beast. He just continued his whole introduction and what it was, what he was here to do, namely making sure that Londo would get, I guess, what is the word, like, well, a recommendation, from Elric. And I'm happy that Elric himself was like, you were not scared at all. And Fur was like, yeah, having to deal with Londo, you get used to things. So I definitely, really enjoyed Fur in this episode as well. I think he really had so many fun scenes. Even when he was taking, like, the drink and he just fell down, I've said this before, but I do think they're also very good at giving us some humorous moments, giving us some laughs. I can't exactly come up with moments that I was like, oh, that just feels flat to me, which makes it even more fun to watch, and is also a nice contrast to the more darker moments that we got, because I was definitely worried about Garibaldi, and I said it in my season 1 finale review that I was worried about his revelation, how would he get through this? Will he maybe, get back to the bottle? And I got very nervous when we saw him with the gun. I was like, what are you doing? And I was very relieved when Sheridan stepped in, and also very grateful when he made it clear to Garibaldi, like, I'm gonna try to keep this spot open as long as needed, making it clear that he would very much want him to take the job on again. And I know that wasn't, I know that didn't immediately make him jump and be like, well, I'm gonna fill in that spot now, but it was definitely very important. It was clear that Garibaldi was feeling worthless even before he said that. And I can understand where he's coming from. So I was nervous about that. I was like, okay, we're having quite some fun moments, even though, fun moments with the Londo situation, while at the same time being like, I don't, like, I'm still nervous about the whole shadow thing. But with Garibaldi, I don't know. Part of me was like, okay, obviously he's going to end up back on his place, but on the other hand, still nervous about certain surprises. So very, very, very happy that now officially he's back on the job, and also like the way how he got there, which leads me to Ivanova and her storyline. And yes, congrats, she got a promotion, she's commander now, very happy with that. I didn't even think about, I didn't really even think about, don't we need to fill the commander position? But I'm happy with Ivanova being there, and she definitely needs some lesson in diplomacy. I have to say, even though it was funny, well, mostly funny, to see her deal with the Drazi, there were definitely many times where I was like, can you please do some research? So many times. We can avoid these issues if you at least do some research. Because, yeah, those moments were fun, but at the same time, I was like, why would you... they're all obsessed with their scarves. Why would you just take it from them? But at the end of the day, when she did it the second time, I guess it worked out in their favor, and it was actually the solution. But yeah, I think, you know, I think they could have done even more with the Drazi, but I understand, you know, we were dealing with like what, 3 different storylines, so I understand why it wasn't the case. But I actually liked when we started like more at the end having this conversation, and they were like, well, aren't you guys doing the same thing but like a flag? You're fighting for the flag. She was like, yeah, it's not the same thing. But I was like, you know, that definitely, again, give you this feeling like, you know, maybe that's another thing. Like, if whatever I know, you know, clearly I understand that we want to prevent them of using violence or like fighting each other, you know, just to make sure that, oh, this scholar will be the dominant one. But yeah, I was like, girl, again, we do at times need to talk some more with these people, try to figure out how this, I don't know, like a tradition came into the place in the first place. What the fuck am I saying? I thought that conversation could lead to something else, but again, multiple storylines. And it did, you know, I have to admit, it was a funny resolution when she had the scarf of the leader, and they were like, oh, you're the leader now, and it doesn't matter that you're human, and you just tell us what we have to do. And she was like, well, we're gonna give your scarves a dye, you're gonna look good in purple. And I have to say, it was definitely, you know, it was satisfying to me. And also, you know, the whole like Elric situation, I have to say, I did like the performance. I liked the character as well, and I think there were definitely, yeah, I think pretty much every scene he was in, I really liked it. I liked his, this thing that was going on between him and Londo, because he made it clear from the start, yeah, no, I'm not interested in doing that. I sent for, you know, back on his way. Then Londo was trying to, secretly record him, and I had a feeling that he would be onto it. I mean, come on, he's a he's a techno mage. Techno. he's gonna figure out there's a camera. What the hell were you thinking? He gave Londo a chance, but obviously he didn't take it. He just could see it with his lies, and yeah, it's another thing that was satisfying, you know? Yeah, Londo, that's what happens. And it was funny to see this, I guess, their version of a virus. And with the Narn opera. But yeah, also a lesson for Sheridan as well. Because, yeah, I'm convinced that Sinclair would have known from the start, you know, like, okay, Londo, what is going on? Why do you want to have this conversation? What do you want from the techno base? What is your issue? So I was pretty much prepared for that, but again, Sheridan's a different character, and I think I said it before as well, he still needs to get used to Babylon 5 and how much scares there will be and how hallways are dangerous as hell, all of that jazz. So, you know, it was a little bit funny when he realized that Londo played him. But I at the same time, I felt a little bit bad. It's like, yeah, don't take it too personally. You know, that's just Londo. Also, very much like the scene between Elric and Sheridan, and how after their talk that he also conjured or whatever this flower for Sheridan. I don't like Sheridan really, like when he was talking about his childhood and all of that, and how he still believed in magic. I mean, I think that's pretty much, did we all have that phase? I mean, I definitely had a phase where I was convinced that, like, oh, magic is real, even going as far as believing that I could control the wind and something. But I think that's enough, you know, let's not embarrass me even more. That it made me think about my childhood as well, or thinking about, you know, when I thought so many more things were possible, blah blah blah. But I like that with Sheridan. I don't know, he kind of seemed a little bit more childlike, I guess, during that scene, especially with the flower, and also at the ending shot. Definitely had something childlike over him that really made it work even more. And I was happy that, unless I'm being naive myself, that he made the right decision in making sure that the techno mages could go their way, go to some place that we don't even know about, to make sure that that their knowledge that they have, which is a lot, won't come in the hands of the shadows, even though Sheridan doesn't even really know about that. But he will. But yeah, back to Garibaldi and Ivanova. I mean, there's so many great scenes in this episode. Loved how he like figured out like, yeah, there's something going on with Ivanova. Can't be that she's giving this order and you didn't even hear her say it herself. And he was checking it out as this kind of like salesman of like, yeah, just let me know if someone needs help. And she was like, oh, Baldy, and all chaos. And yeah, I was definitely living for that. And I knew, you know, as soon as he was asking those questions, like, you know, did you hear from herself, yada yada, I knew like, okay, we have him back. He's gonna, you know, he's gonna embrace it. He's gonna know that he definitely has invaluable skills. And I mean, let's not just say he's like, how to say, paranoid and compulsive. I mean, it fits the job. So, very enjoyable as well. Just checking. Yeah, just checking to my messy notes. But I feel like I pretty much recapped the whole episode. I don't know. It was a lot of fun, but at the same time, still having that edge of like, yeah, we're still in trouble. The shadows are just closing in. On us. And Londo, you know, again, we have this reminder from Elric. Even if we would explain to him, he's not gonna believe. He's not gonna listen. I don't even know. Like, I'm really trying to think. You know, already discussed this whole, like, wouldn't be surprised if it would end up like that, or if it wouldn't end up like that with the whole, you know, victims and all of that. It's still a legitimate option. I don't even know. I'm not sure about Londo at the moment. Because I've said it before that there were multiple modes. I was like, how do you not realize? Or how do you just continue? But then again, at the beginning, I did agree with comments, you know, that I shouldn't underestimate his fear of what would happen. I mean, like, would you go along with them and be like, you know, get that glory you were always looking after for? I mean, it's definitely like a huge part of your culture. Everything revolves around your name, about your history. I mean, what better than to become an emperor? Why would you not go along with that mess instead of fighting against the, you know, trying to rectify mistakes, which is pretty much impossible towards like the shadows, and risk losing your own worlds? I don't even know. Like, I'm curious, I guess. I have no idea. I have no idea if at a certain point he's gonna be at this like breaking point and he's gonna try things. I have no idea. I guess I just have to continue and find out. So yeah, I think that's it for my messy review. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Bye.